Today, we're going over the Jacksonville Jaguars on how they're going to do in the 26-27 season. Right now, Vegas has them at 9.5 wins. And at the end of this video, I'm going to let you know if I think they'll go over or under 9.5 wins. But we're going to break down their biggest gains and losses. So Monteric Brown, they signed him. They didn't really do too much in the offseason and in the draft either. They traded away their picks to Cleveland when they went up and got Travis Hunter last year. So not a ton happened in the draft. We'll see how these pan out, these later round picks. Biggest losses, Travis Etienne. That was a big loss for them. He had a really consistent year last year. He was one of my favorite running backs to bet on. And the way I do all my player prop and team prop research is on Data Streak. I'll leave a link in the description for you to check that out after this video if you want to check it out. Not a huge offseason for them, but let's take a look at their depth chart. All right, we got Trevor Lawrence, of course, at quarterback. Ever since Liam Cohen came over, I think Trevor Lawrence got a lot more comfortable. They've got Tootin as their starting running back. I think it was a huge loss for them to lose ETN. We got Brian Thomas Jr. We'll see what to expect from him. He had a really disappointing sophomore year. He just had trouble with drops, and I think he had a confidence issue. Maybe the offseason helped him regather everything. They were maybe looking to trade him away. Of course, they have Travis Hunter, but I think they're going to use Travis Hunter more on the defensive side of the ball this year. Jacoby Myers, really one of the most underrated wide receiver core in the NFL, and I don't say that lightly, and I'm serious when I say that. Just the depth they have. Jacoby Myers is extremely consistent. I talk about other players that are good to bet on him for receptions, to get 4 or 5 receptions, extremely consistent. And Parker Washington actually came on towards the end of the season last year and started going off. So it'd be interesting to see how he does this year. And Brenton Strange as well, good tight end. Look at the line and the defense. So overall, the defense had a pretty solid year last year. Josh Hines Allen, of course, Travis Hunter, like I mentioned, he's probably going to be featured more on the defensive side of the ball. And honestly, with their receivers, I think that's where he needs to be used. But let's take a look over at their schedule. And 9.5 wins is going to be hard to get to, but let's see if they can get there. Cleveland Browns, week 1, I think that's going to be a win. Broncos, that'll be a loss. Patriots, we're going to call that a loss. The Bengals, we're going to call that one a loss. Eagles, we're going to call it a loss. Texans, we're going to call that one a win. Colts, we're going to call that one a win. Ravens, we're going to call it a loss. Titans, I think they can win that one. The Giants, I think they can win that one. The Titans, I think they can win that game. Bears, I think they'll lose. I think the Bears are going to be pretty good this year. Versus the Steelers at home, call that a win as well. The Texans could go either way, but we'll give them a win on that. Cowboys, I think is going to be a loss. Commanders, I think they'll win that game. And then we have the Colts. I think they're going to split the games. The Colts will call that one a loss. That gets us to 9 wins. I think they're going to go under 9.5 wins. Let's pull it up. So Vegas has them at 9.5. If you can get it at 10.5, I like that better. If you take them at 10.5 wins, under 10.5, and pair that with another team, I like that better. I think that this is a young team, and I think that Trevor Lawrence getting more comfortable here in year 2 with his coach, we could see them have a leap. But I mean, I'm a strong believer in the running game. The NFL is trending more into the running game. It was a passing league. I say we like part of the league, but it was a passing league. So teams started drafting smaller linebackers that are better in coverage. And if you look at the teams that made it far into the playoffs, all of them had at least one good running back. Almost all had 2 really good running backs. So I think a running game, it just opens up your passing game. I think it's extremely undervalued, and I think the league's going more towards running backs. We've seen that with running backs getting drafted earlier than normal than we've seen the past 10 years. I think the running backs are coming back, and I think it's going to hurt them in the running game, getting rid of ETN and not having him this year. So I'm trending towards the under 9.5 on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Let me know if you agree or disagree in the comment section. If you want to check out Data Streak, link is down below in the description, and you can use it for all your player prop and team research for sports betting. And I'll see you in the next video.